Hello, and welcome back to Keeping Up with Kristin. Today, I want to talk to you about service dogs and the challenges they pose in our stores. I was recently at a presentation from the U.S. Department of Justice who gave me some information on how maybe I can help clear up some of the questions you may have. So first and foremost, what is a service dog? It is a dog that's individually trained, very important, individually trained to do work or perform tasks to help someone with a disability. But that does not include comfort animals. So you do not have to allow a comfort animal into the store. But what can you ask to figure out if this person is using a legitimate service dog? There are two questions you can ask. One, is the dog required because of a certain disability? And two, what work or task does that dog perform? Now, there is a caveat. If it's an obvious service dog, for instance, a dog for a blind person, then you are not allowed to ask these questions. But if the disability isn't quite as obvious, you are allowed to answer these or ask these questions to that customer. Now, the only thing that kind of makes this difficult is what if the customer doesn't answer? And that's kind of where it's kind of a touchy situation for you. But what they say is a general rule: if the dog is out of control or is not housebroken, you have every right to remove that dog from the store. However, you can't remove the patron. So you can make the dog go outside, but you must let that patron remain in the store. So it's a very confusing thing, depending on where you're at. Some people are talking about miniature horses as acceptable service animals as well. And we brought up repeatedly with the Department of Justice about, isn't there some way to obtain a tag or a license that they can display, much like the placard that you see on the handicap parking. I'm not sure how we're going to get that done, but it's something that's been brought up with the Department of Justice, and they say they're looking into it, but let's not hold our breath on that. But anyway, there is a ton of information on this now on the website. If you go to yesterday's weekly checkout, there is a side button with a little dog there, and you'll see that's where all this information is housed. There's a Q&A on several different questions that you may have about this issue, and hopefully they can answer your questions. So if you have anything specific, would like to give me a call, please feel free to do so. But for now, thanks for watching Keeping Up with Kristin.